Something in you existed before any of these rules, before the disappointments, before the corrections, before the world ever had opinions about who you were supposed to be. That part of you is still in there. It's quieter now because you've been listening to everyone else for so long, but it didn't go anywhere. It's been waiting for you to stop obeying ghosts. You're not undoing a personality. You're returning a borrowed weight. The map isn't yours. Hand it back. The destination doesn't need a map. It needs you to start walking. You're not living your life. You're following a map drawn by people who never made it. The rules you operate on, the fears you obey, the limits you defend like they're your own. None of that started with you. Somebody failed at something. Somebody got hurt. They wrote a rule to survive what happened to them, and then they handed you the rule like it was wisdom. You picked it up. You believed it. And now you're making decisions based on someone else's broken story. You think it's caution. It's inheritance. Watch what you actually do for a day. Not what you say, what you do. You hesitate before you send the message. You don't apply for the thing. You don't speak up in the room. You stay in the friendship that drains you because leaving feels wrong. You play it small in conversations where you actually have something to say. Every one of those is a rule running silently in the background. You didn't write them. You inherited them. Someone got rejected once and decided to never reach out first again. That became don't be needy. Someone got betrayed and decided to never trust again. That became people always let you down. Someone tried something hard, failed publicly, and never tried again. That became be realistic. They got hurt once. You inherited their flinch. I did this with the channel for years. I had a rule in my head that said, don't put yourself out there until you're sure. I never even noticed it was there. It took me years to trace it back. And when I did, it wasn't mine. It belonged to someone who got laughed at when I was a kid. I was just doing their homework. Here's what I want you to notice tonight. Half the rules in your head don't even have a return address. You can't trace them. You can't name the moment they started. They just sit there, running your decisions, and you call it your personality. That's not your personality. That's residue. I sat with my own rule one night and tried to follow it backwards. The don't put yourself out there one. I tried to find the original wound. It wasn't there. It was a mix of moments that weren't even mine. A teacher who said something in 5th grade. A relative who got mocked at a family gathering. A friend who got humiliated online when I was 13. All of that bent me into a single rule I'd been obeying for years. Every time I sat down to record and didn't press the button, I was honouring a moment I didn't even live. That's years of my life, spent obeying ghosts. Now I'm going to be honest with you. You know your version of this. You have a rule you've never questioned, and it's been costing you for years. Maybe it's the one about money, the one about women, the one about what people from your background are realistically supposed to do. Maybe it's the one that says, if you really wanted it, you'd already have it. Maybe it's the one that says, you're not the kind of person who follows through. You repeat them to yourself like they're observations about who you are. They're not observations, they're predictions someone else made about themselves and then handed to you to live out. Whoever told you that was wrong, they were just wrong. They had one life. They didn't get what they wanted. They wrote a story about why, and then they sold you the story like it was the truth. And every single day you wake up and you obey them and tell yourself, this is just who I am. This is not who you are. This is who they were when they gave up. So pick one rule, just one, the one that's loudest in your head right now while I'm saying this. Ask 3 questions. Where did this come from? Did the person who gave it to me get the life I actually want? And does it serve me today? If you can't find a return address, if the person who gave it to you didn't reach the place you're trying to go, if it isn't serving you now, then it's not yours to carry. You can put it down. You don't have to overthrow your whole identity tonight. You don't have to become someone new. Just one rule. Pick it up, look at it, find out who wrote it, and then decide if you still want to pay their tax.